Say hey. Titta. Alright, titta. Ja.
Vad är det som händer? So for all subscribers, you guys already know the drift. You know how we met, and we just thought that for our new watchers, it could be good to just, give a little recap, because that video we made like what, 2-3 years ago? 3 years ago.
Yeah,
probably.
we did a video of how we met. We have some new subscribers now, and we thought it would be a good idea to just do a little recap of what happened from the start. We met 2015. We've been traveling back and forth, Jamaica, Sweden, fighting with the migration authorities.
It's been a journey.
COVID came.
Yeah.
I proposed. We got married. You came. Right, Dara?
Yeah, so we decided, let's just take a look back at all of that. Yeah.
Gonna get it right now. I wanna push all the limits with you right now. So what's your feelings? The city's screaming, we're not coming home tonight. We're living quick in this world, gonna get it right now.
Ara, you don't know the whole journey, but it's been long, hard, but still wonderful, right?
It was worth it.
It was worth it.
2015. Let's start there. Where were you 2015?
Backa, Sweden. Preparing to go to Jamaica. This was like November, December. So I went to Jamaica actually not to see Kem Alex. I actually met her in Jamaica. Since I was a teenager, basically, I wanted to go to Jamaica. I thought it was time. And what made it convenient was that I had some friends from US that also wanted to go to Jamaica. So we decided to link up in Jamaica. I went from Sweden, they went from US. We toured the place for about, I think we started in Kingston. Went from Kingston, St. Thomas, Portland, Ochi to Negril.
Yeah.
In Negril, I felt a need to branch off and do my own journey. So I went back to Ochi. I wanted to see more of Portland. Best parish, right? Absolutely best parish.
Yeah.
But on my way to Portland, in Ochi, there was a change of bus. At that bus stop, Kem Alex saw me.
Yeah.
So take it from there.
No, it's just as simple as that. It was my day off. I was coming from the beach. And then I saw this lovely gentleman standing alone. And I just remember how he just looked so snig, handsome. Like he was wearing some black shades. And he was wearing his little sandals like those that you're wearing now. And some khaki shorts and a white t-shirt. I remember so clearly. And he had his hands in his pocket. And he just stood so upright and was just looking straight ahead. I was like, that man is handsome, I said. So we ended up in the same restaurant.
We ended up in the same restaurant.
We'll put a card, I don't know if it's this side or this side, but I'll put a card so you can watch the How We Met videos.
It was just for a few hours that we actually hung out in Ochi. We had some ice cream together we met at the restaurant. We kept contact, and this was end of 2015 that we met.
In December.
For a year we kept contact. The funny thing is though, we didn't FaceTime or anything like that. I was too shy for that. Way too shy.
So shy, Swedish.
But we kept contact for a good year basically.
Yeah.
After maybe 7-8 months, we decided that we wanted to see each other again.
I think it was sooner than that. Yeah, I think it was like 4 or 5 months in. You were like, yeah, I can come back and see you.
You don't want to hear this, Ara?
We're talking about how mommy and daddy met.
End of 2016, I went back to Jamaica for 3 months.
Yeah.
That time spent with you in Jamaica.
Yeah.
2016 when I came back to Jamaica to see you again.
Yeah.
That was just intense in a good way.
Yeah. It was a lot that happened in that short space of
So
time.
many things that just build up after being on those phones for almost a year, and then you finally get to see each other again.
Yeah.
And like not knowing, as I said, we didn't FaceTime.
We don't
just spoke, texted.
voice message sometimes.
So it's like it was a bit blurred. The only thing I had then was the Facebook
My
pictures.
Facebook photos. But for you only
and I
had
barely
two
use
photos.
exactly.
He
So
doesn't
so
use
you
social
didn't have
media like
anything.
that,
So
so
I
we
was
had two photos.
yeah. So I was thinking, how does she even know how I look? Do I know how you look really? So it was so weird to see each other again at the airport. But I remember you were picking me up. A friend of hers drove her and picked
Big
me
up
up.
Marco if you're watching.
Yeah. And then she opened the door at the arrivals and said, Alex! Mitea! Alex, you're there! No. But you said, Alex! And I said, Kem! And we gave each other a big hug.
Yeah.
And
Because
I remember she smelled so good. She smelled so good.
But at that time, it's good to say that at that time we weren't dating yet. We still weren't dating. So when over the phone we didn't come to like, oh, he's my boyfriend. So it's when you came back to Jamaica that we finally like settled it. Like, yeah, I'm your girlfriend. You're my boyfriend.
Do you remember where we had our real first proper date?
Yeah, I remember.
In Jamaica?
Yeah.
In Ochi?
Yeah, I do.
And it's actually like a go-go club there.
It's a go-go club now. So it wasn't a go-go club then.
No.
Because I've never been to a go-go club. What? People who aren't Jamaican, go-go club is a stripper club. So it's where Taboo is now. So it was Usain Bolt Tracks and Records restaurant. That was our first date.
Actually, terrible food that night.
Yeah, the food was terrible.
But the company was awesome.
Great. We had so lovely conversations, and it just felt like my real proper first date.
Alright. Daddy can speak? Can Daddy speak?
Ara is growing up so fast.
After that time, coming back to Jamaica to visit you, that was like also when that was over, 3 months, they were great.
Yeah.
Then it was over. And and then like the reality really hit us.
Yeah.
Remember
like,
that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that it's like, oh, okay, is that what's required for Kem Alex to get here? We really need to go through this thing for several years before we can actually get Kem Alex to Sweden.
Yeah.
That was terrible. You remember that feeling?
Babe, I remember it. Because I remember where we were when we figured it out. And we were looking up like visa regulations and stuff like that. And I realized that, oh, shit. That's not how it works like we thought. It's not like, yeah.
So that, what was it, like 4 years of traveling back and forth?
Yeah, we traveled
Started
back
for
and
us.
forth for 4
Terrible,
years. Yeah.
terrible.
It was not easy. Let me tell you, you see, long distance relationship, it works. But for it to work, it requires patience, dedication, tears, sweating sometimes, and proper communication. Like, it was hard, but it's worth it. It is worth it. So we had to do.
It's like just to make it simple.
Yeah.
Back then, the rules in Sweden basically required for me to bring someone here, a partner, I had to have
A job. Yeah.
Back then, like a full-time job.
Yeah.
Literally. Back then, I just started my studies when we met.
Yeah.
2016, I was going back to Sweden to start my 3-year studies. And that's why it took us a couple of years.
Yeah. And yeah. Ara, what's wrong? Are you bored?
But then, darling, Ara, when those years when I was done with school and we could apply
Yeah.
for you to come here. Yes, that was lovely, 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 lovely.
Sure.
Yes.
You were saying,
I don't remember what yeah, so when you finally moved here, I think that was it. Just liberation, peace of mind. Huh?
yeah.
That was so nice.
Yeah.
But before that, I went to Jamaica and proposed to her.
Yep. Yes.
I would actually like to marry That was basically the last thing that...
You did in Corona time.
yeah, I went to Jamaica, like, I shouldn't say just when it started, but in the beginning.
When everything started to
think-
close down.
So basically when things started to close down, that's when I went to Jamaica.
Yeah. I remember like
Yeah, we have a video about that too.
that we can put in the cards over this side or on that side. I don't know what side, but it'll be there.
Yeah.
But
I almost got stuck, you know, because my flight was going through US back to Sweden, and they closed down
you almost got stuck. You got stuck.
for a
couple-
good week almost,
Yeah.
until I managed to go home through UK.
Yeah. And you
Basically
caught the
flight.
last
Yeah.
flight available
Yeah.
to go through. So
The
lucky.
stress when everything was closed, or when the stress when there were no flights going back and forth
Yeah.
anywhere in the world, basically.
Yeah.
And that was insane.
Yeah. It wasn't
I don't
easy.
remember the process there because it's like that time, the time frame during COVID is just a bit blurry.
Yeah.
But do you remember we got a decision finally? And
Yeah.
how did you manage to get
So- Yeah, because okay, so it was like this.
how did you manage to get here?
You came to Jamaica in March 2020, proposed to me on the 14th, and then I got a visa to come back to Sweden to visit you in November. In October, yeah. Because at that point, they were allowing partners and relatives to see each other in the EU. Because they had this thing called EU. I forgot what the hashtag was.
Right.
So
And
they
you
were
had to take your tests and all of that, right?
Yeah. So I got another visa to come to see him. And then I was leaving from Sweden in January 2021, and I had to go to Colombia to do my residence permit interview there. And then when I got there in January, a week after that, I got my residency approved. So it was just luckily we only separated for like 3 weeks, 3 weeks. No, it was two weeks.
Right,
Yeah,
it was that
it was
soon.
fast. Yeah. So we were separated for 2 weeks after being separated for 8 months during Corona, because we were separated that was longest we've ever been away from each other. Usually it's like max 3 months, but during Corona we were away from each other for 8 months. That was hard. That was tough. But yeah, we survived that too. Another hurdle that we survived. Yes, we did. Mommy and Daddy survived it.
'Cause that was so devastating with Corona and like the lockdowns. That we thought that finally life's getting easier for us now because we're getting closer to being able to live with each other. But no. No flights.
No flights. Me, I took a weird flight to come back here when I was moving. I had to go through Dominican Republic on a tiny plane. That was so scary. And then when I got to Dominican Republic, because of the whole Corona thing, they didn't want me to board the plane because they thought I was just going to visit Germany. I was like trying to tell them, because I don't speak Spanish, like, no, I'm going home to Sweden. I live there. So I almost didn't get to board that. And then I went through Spain, and then I finally got to Sweden. So it was like 2 different connections. So after closing all those chapters, moving here, then we were on to the next assignment, and that was our wedding.
Mr. Lover, 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 Mr. Lover, lover, lover. She call me Mr. Bombastic, totally fantastic. Touch me on the back, she says I'm Mr. Romantic, call me fantastic. Touch me on the back, she says I'm Mr.
That chapter must
From a
be
distance.
the best out that they already mentioned.
Already mentioned, yes.
Right.
So then it was time to plan our wedding from a distance. Yeah, so that was amazing. And the most amazing part of that wedding thing was when we traveled together as a family. Me, you, your mom, dad, and
that
your
was
brother.
actually lovely. That was like one of the best flights in my life.
Yeah, it was a really great experience. And the wedding just topped it all off. It was perfect. Everything about our wedding was
Everything on those
perfect.
3 weeks spent in Jamaica.
Where we
Before the wedding,
stayed,
during the wedding,
our
after the wedding.
honeymoon,
Oh,
where we visited,
Perfect.
everything. I can't, like, that trip is my best time being in Jamaica with Alex. Like, can't match. It was great.
2016
It was
is pretty okay.
2016. 2016 is his favorite. He always talks about 2016. But yeah, that was great. And then shortly after our wedding, we got 2 lines on a steak.
Rasta mouse, rasta mouse. Kom nu, en bebbe, vi vill prata med dig. Gud vad vi ser fram emot att träffa dig.
So Ara came pretty fast after that, which took us by storm in a good way. She was very welcome. We wanted kids in marriage and not out of marriage. So that was great. And for me, why it means a lot to me is because it's something I've always said since I was a little girl. I told my mom, she can attest to that. I always tell her, Mommy, when I get older, I'm going to have a husband and I'm going to have a child with my husband.
And I'm just thinking, marriage for me hasn't been a thing that I want to accomplish. But meeting this lovely woman, she changed that, guys. She really changed it. But marriage, I didn't put that much value to it. Yeah. But this woman here,
maybe that's just a cultural thing, you know? For you.
I don't think so. People value. I mean, yeah,
not the same way, like
not the same
Jamaica,
maybe as
for
in
example.
Jamaica, but still.
Yeah. But yeah, and then that was our next journey, Ara. That, let me tell you, I'm a happy person, but you see, those 9 months, well, let me say 7 months, were the happiest 7 months of my life. That my pregnancy was very great until like the last month or 2 months when Aura started to get really big and heavy, because I'm a very petite girl, I'm very small, and I had an 8-pound baby. So it started to get really complicated with the weights, because it just felt like every step I took, she was coming out. So it was like,
you hear that, Aura?
But yeah, that was great. And then you came on New Year's Day at 4:03 in the afternoon.
1st of January, Aura.
she's such a good girl because
New Year's delivery.
I went into the hospital 2 days before, and they said I was 2 centimeters open. I was like, please God, because we want her to come like in the beginning of the year, not the end of the year. So I was like, Ara, please be a good girl and wait until the clock strikes 12. Ara was the best chapter in the book so far. Because I don't want your future siblings to hear me calling you the best. Your siblings will be the best too. Now we're just on with our next chapter that we're almost finished with, which is our little house. As you guys know about already, it's basically done. We're still just trying to figure out what would you say now, like the last piece of like how to fix inside and make it a bit more homey. Yeah, so that's what we're working on right now, and as soon as that is done, we don't know when, we're not going to give you a timeline, but whenever that's done, we'll show you guys the
We'll
inside.
definitely show you, yeah.
And Alex is still working on the porch. So that's on the next chapter that we're on, and this has been great to look back. Sometimes it's really humbling to look back because one can forget like the journey that we actually took to get where we are today.
I do think this this video served as a good reminder for us.
Yeah.
Where we come from.
Yeah.
Alright, long journey.
Yeah.
Long.
It's rewarding, and I'm happy with my little family. I'm happy with where we are today, and it's only gonna get better. Right, Ara? Guys, you see how Ara has the same forehead as Alex? Same forehead. I want you to comment down below for how long you've been watching us, if you're a newcomer or if you've been here since the very start, like our very first video, which was a question and answer, if you remember. Let me know how long you've been watching. Let us know. We're really curious to hear. And your final assignment, guys, for you who are watching and you haven't subscribed, stop laughing at me. You haven't subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And if you want, you can hit the notification bell. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you for watching, as per usual, and we will see you in our next video. Say bye, Ara. Bye, Ara. Bye.